So this is 50 Cent's second time apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion. At this point, what are you even apologizing for?
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on, you all? I want to talk about one of the worst people on this planet. One of the biggest misogynists, specifically to black women, specifically to dark-skinned black women, 50 Cent. Curtis, what's his name? Girl, let me tell you, the stuff I want to say, I can't even say it because I promise you I probably won't even have my account active tomorrow. Like, I would probably be suspended, to be honest. But this is 50 Cent's second time apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion about this whole situation with Tory Lanez. In the beginning, when the situation happened in 2020, 50 Cent made jokes, clowned, did what he does, attack black women, joke on black women, clown on black women for his enjoyment and for his followers and stuff. So he made these comments that, you know, it wasn't real, Megan never was shot, it was a lie, all of that. He made those jokes back in 2020. Made all types of funny memes and stuff about her in 2020. Then when it came to find out that it was really, really real, that it happened, then 50 Cent apologized. He was like, oh, I didn't know that, I apologize, da da da. So fast forward another 2 years, he's doing the same thing. He did the same thing, making jokes about Megan, doing the trial and saying that Megan lied, comparing her to Justice Smollett, doing all these things, because at first it was Megan Thee Stallion lying about being shot. Now she's lying on Tory Lanez about the reason why. So it's just like, there's only one connecting thing, and that is how a man thinks about a woman telling her truth. That's where it's at. Like, that's the point. Like, if we go through all of the work, that's the point that we're going to arrive at, because you've already acknowledged that she was shot. You've already acknowledged that she was shot, that it did happen, and you said she was wrong and that she did lie about that. Now, once again, you're saying that she lied on Tory, and you're having to apologize. So what is it? Like, what is the variable that always has you siding against the black woman? What is that? What does that mean? Like, I keep trying to tell y'all, you can throw a rock at all the black male rappers in the US. You can throw a rock at them, and I guarantee you, you're going to hit somebody who's either in a relationship with a non-black woman or just had a baby with a non-black woman. Somewhere along those lines. Or if she is a black woman, she light-skinned. Y'all hate black women so much, and I don't understand it, because y'all literally were brought and raised by black women. What is it? So you can't even tell, black men can't even tell me, oh, I love black women, my mom was black. What does that mean? Like, somebody literally said that, oh, I love, my mama's black woman. Girl, what does that mean, girl? Like, that don't mean nothing. The world is not full of your mamas. So, girl, what? And I don't know your relationship with your mother. I don't know your relationship with your mother. So, 50 Cent is now having to apologize. It wasn't even an apology. So he's on Big Boy, and he just kind of just, you know, said that he was wrong. He said he was wrong. And he said the reason why he was wrong and how he knew that Tory did what he did was after he heard Tory calling Kelsey. Now remember, I told you all, when that voice recording came out, the jail call of Tory and Kelsey on the phone, black men immediately were able to understand that, because they've been that black man before who has had to have some type of accountability, or them trying to clean up their actions after doing something they knew they was wrong in, and what they thought was in private that nobody else was going to see. They heard Tory be vulnerable in that moment. A little bit of vulnerability, Tory was taking accountability. That they were able to recognize that, because they have been friends with black men or men who have done harmful stuff to other women. They literally have heard it, like, yeah, bro, like I did. They've heard that, or it was them, because they've had to make that call. They had to make that call. That was them. Y'all low down dirty. Cause like, that was y'all. That is how y'all move. That is how y'all are. So when Tory made that call, and he for some whatever reason he didn't think that the recording was going to be in progress. He didn't know. He was being vulnerable. He knew he had messed up. But he wasn't in that moment. Tory wasn't apologetic for harming Megan. He was apologetic for his image, because that's all he talked about on the call, was that this is going to fall back on me. I'm going to be in trouble for this. It's going to get on me. Then in the public, we didn't see this Tory. I guarantee you the way misogyny works, had Tory came with that type of apologetic energy and any of that, I guarantee you he would have been less likely to be convicted. He had no remorse. That what got him. So it wasn't the fact that we know for, I'm so sorry, I'm just gonna call it what it is. I really just don't think it was just the facts, because oftentimes the facts do be there. We've seen several trials in the past before where the evidence looked like it was giving and then it was just like, no. So we can't make excuses and say, oh, well, this happened, or anti-blackness happens, misogyny happens. Together, what they make it? Misogynoir. So it's just like, if Tory would have came in a little bit more remorseful and forgiving or something, they would have gave him a lighter sentence or whatever. He's not been sentenced. His sentence has been pushed back to February because he has a new lawyer or whatever, and they're trying to declare a mistrial. If that does happen, more than likely, if they go back through it and all that other stuff, the sentence is going to be even more harsher. Because it's like, girl, we had to do this a second time and then we convicted you a second time. I don't think it's going to give a mistrial. We're going to see. I think it's just a done deal at this point. Tory's just trying to drag this out as long as he can. And it's just not. I don't think for a second that Tory Lanez ever thought in his pea-brain ass head, I don't think he ever thought for a second that he was going to be convicted. He was so consumed with toxicity that he never thought for a second, maybe I might go to jail. Girl, what happens if I do go to jail? What happens? What happens if I go to jail? He never thought about that. And maybe if he would have did something besides wearing breast cancer or wearing his suits and stuff, maybe then he would have had be some type of apologetic. But if he was apologetic and if he cared, he would have took responsibility from the very beginning. And honestly, we would have never been talking about this from the beginning. Because remember, Megan didn't even want to be truthful about being shot because she wanted to protect Tory Lanez. But what did he do in all of this? Drag her name through the mud. That we have now celebrities with a lot of influence on their followers and stuff, posting memes, being funny, 50 Cent joking and clowning and stuff. That wasn't even an apology that 50 Cent gave. It was just him cleaning up. And I'm honestly really tired of seeing him being rewarded. I think he's supposed to be doing something. I think there needs to be serious consequences for people like 50 Cent, men like him. They need to be held accountable when they out here embarrassed. There is no way that had this been the other way around, a black man would have experienced some type of harm like this. Baby, it would have been an end of the world. That probably the man who or whoever would have caused it wouldn't be alive today. They would have been found in some way to get him. Girl, it's just, y'all let this man run rampant. And y'all encouraged it. Encouraged it through one of the most awful times. I can only imagine for Megan how that trial was, going through there, walking through, and people are catcalling her, telling her she look good. Oh girl, why you lying on that man? Why you lying on that man? It's a game. But there ain't no telling, we've not seen Megan at all. We ain't seen Megan. There's been no pictures of her. I've not seen anything. And I know we just can't go off of social media, but Megan Thee Stallion has always been this fun person. She loves to dance. She be having fun every party. She's always turned. She's enjoying herself. Cause she's young. I haven't seen that Megan. I haven't seen that Megan for none of this holiday. I don't even follow Megan on social media like that, but I miss seeing Megan on my, newsfeed or something, her out having fun. I miss that, and we have not seen that. We've not seen her on social media at all. She's not done anything, and I can just only imagine But we got this man. Now his dad, who I've never heard of nobody like who has a bald, like who is bald with a fake. Like what is that? Like got a hair apart? Who is bald hair apart? Like what type of paint? What type of magic marker, magic crayon, 2 payments of $19.95? Do you have to have a bald head with a hair like a part? What is that giving? I'm so confused to me. Now his dad's trying to build a whole podcast or a YouTube channel off of this, talking about this whole situation. Rock Nation, girl, Rock Nation ain't got nothing to do with your son being an idiot. Your son is an idiot, and he's going to jail, jail, period. He's already there. So now back to 50 Cent, because now 50 Cent has came out, tried to offer some type of whatever. And it's BS. It's BS. And I just that's how we know the world is ran, like the hip hop industry, rap industry is ran by men, because there's no way a black man would have lost his life to gun violence or experienced some type of harm like this. And y'all would allow some folks, 50 Cent is still able to move. There's no what's name. These men are not shook or scared. Like, they're not scared at all. Not. Like, Lil Duval was making jokes. Other folks were making jokes. They were clowning Megan Thee Stallion like it was just so fun. None of these men got checked. Y'all allow disrespect on one of y'all own. Y'all allow disrespect. Y'all don't love black women like that. Y'all can't. Y'all can't. Like this is protecting black women. 50 Cent should even feel comfortable even making jokes about this. Because I guarantee you, 50 Cent ain't making jokes about the other black male celebrities or black male rappers and stuff who've been like, he ain't joking about no stuff like that, because he know he'll be checked. Like, they know who they like, and it makes me think about how my father would tell me about like some men who would abuse women because they knew they can get away with it, but they would never come with the same energy to men, because they knew they would get checked. They knew they would get checked. Like, they would abuse women, they would do all these other things, like they would beat on them, then when they get checked, it's like the energy changes. Like, y'all are not doing the same stuff. Like, y'all are not doing, like, there's folks who have caused harm, there's police officers who have caused harm, they're like, to black folks. Like, y'all don't be checking them like that. Y'all don't be doing that. Like, what's going on? So who is y'all out here protecting and stuff? Who are y'all protecting other than the stuff that's, ooh, I had to read, I'm gonna save it. But, like, 50 Cent's apology is not an apology. It was not an apology. It was like, the only apology that 50 Cent can give us is changed behavior. And that's why when folks talk about, give people grace, you would have think when this happened in 2020, 50 Cent offered an apology. He said he was wrong. Grace, he's grown from it. He hasn't grown from it. And this is a man who's like 50 years old. He's like, 50 Cent is old. He's like 40 something or 50 something. Nothing's changed. So the same thing with Chef Wade, the colorist chef, who was out here saying all type of nasty stuff about black women at the age of 20, dark-skinned black women, like completely disparaging, like saying all type of disparaging things about black women. Like, how can we tell that this man has changed because he's not saying it anymore? That's not great. That's not growth. Growth is where you acknowledge that you did some stuff and that you have now changed from it. Not silent. Were you silent or were you silenced? Like, you need to be growing in it. Like, who is in your community that can tell us and show us that your ways have changed? And I don't know. Who are you in community with? Who is 50 Cent's community? I'm not in community with him. A lot of us are not in community with him. So we can't say that he's grown. So we can't say that he's grown. Same way with Chef Wade. How can we offer grace and say that he's grown and when we don't know, there's nobody in immediate community with him. We just giving him automatically no. And the grace that he gave us was a half-ass apology where the comments are turned off to black women. And black women are saying they don't want this apology and they don't have to accept the apology. He wasn't feeling remorseful and stuff when he was around here dragging folks on the line all day long. 50 Cent didn't feel no type of way when he was making these jokes 2 years after his first apology. So why is that? Like, why is that? Because like to you all, black women are an easy target because they're the most undervalued. And y'all know that. Like, y'all know that. And it's really, really sad. Really, my mind is blown. I know we'll look at this like 10, 15, 20 years from now, and people be like, wow, like that really, really happened. I'll be like, yeah. They allow all that stuff to happen on their watch, and nobody, like, people felt very comfortable. I just cannot wait until this is talked about in a documentary 20 plus years from now or something. I cannot wait till it's a conversation. Because there's a lot of things that we see like, oh my God, that really happened. They was really out here the same thing with the Whitney Houston jokes and stuff. Like, girl, like, yeah, people were really allowing that to happen. And there were a lot of folks who were saying that that wasn't right. So, you know, it's disgusting. Those are my thoughts about it, child. I'm hoping that Megan Thee Stallion is doing well. And I hope that Tory Lanez don't see the light of day for a minute, to be honest.